We are back on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio, News Talk 1180, 1230 KGEO, 1410 KERI, and now in Albuquerque, New Mexico at 1000 KKIM. Clay, that was very heartwarming with Michael.
Yeah, we need to get a little upbeat here.
Yeah, which we will, because we have somebody in studio here.
Mrs. Upbeat.
When you look at the definition of upbeat, our guest picture is there.
That's right.
Our guest, Cindy Pollard, the president of the Greater Bakersfield Chamber of Commerce. Cindy, welcome to Taking Care of Business.
Thank you very much, Marty.
Okay, now, explain to me Greater Bakersfield Chamber of Commerce.
Right, we're the Greater Bakersfield Chamber of Commerce. We've been around since 1920, and I think that just distinguishes us from the other chambers of commerce that are in town. There is the Kern County Black Chamber of Commerce, there is the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, a North of the River Chamber of Commerce, and we encompass the Greater Bakersfield area.
And you've been around, and the chamber's been around since 1920.
That's correct.
I understand Clay was one of your charter members at that time.
I think he was. I think he started it in 1919, had the idea.
of a chamber of commerce.
You know, you guys are really funny. You know that?
We did that well.
Although it is close. It is close.
I warned you guys. I grew up with uncles and two brothers, and I raised two sons. I can spar with the best of them.
All right, so it's fair play.
Cindy, we got 22 minutes, so next go around, you play bad guy, I'll play good guy.
Okay.
Fair play. So you were raised in Bakersfield.
Born and raised.
And then you left Bakersfield, and now you came back. Why'd you come back, other than loving Bakersfield, I guess, and the job opportunity?
I came back because I love Bakersfield. This is home for me. When I went away the first time, I was young and not so wise. Left right out of high school.
Now
went
you're
away
young
to college.
And wise, right?
Now I'm still young and wise, right? But went away. I spent about 10 years in the Southern California area. Earned a degree. Joined the workforce. Started a career.
Right?
That's right.
Oh, so, I knew I liked her.
Fight on.
Yes, yes.
Always.
Are we going to have a decent football team this year?
Hope so. I hope so.
New basketball coach, too.
Yes.
Well, I hate to admit this, Cindy, but I did lose a little bit of... gambling's illegal, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I lost a little bit of points this past year on our football team.
I didn't lose money or points, but I lost a lot of pride and a lot of sleep.
Yes.
I was not a happy camper.
But you've gained a lot of your pride back through the Chamber of Commerce in Bakersfield.
Absolutely.
And congratulations on your appointment, and you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You've started several new programs also. You want to talk a little bit about some of those?
Oh, goodness. We started out the year by conducting the Chamber of Commerce's first ever business walk. And we had more than 130 community volunteers, business owners, government officials join with the Chamber and survey over 400 local businesses, finding out how the economy was working for them, what it was that they needed to have a stronger business, and how we could help. We're in the process. We're getting ready to roll the results out to our board of directors, and we've started working with other groups to come up with some solutions to the challenges that were identified.
And what kind of groups are you working with? You said other groups. What would they be?
We would be working with the with SCORE, Service Corps of Retired Executives. We'll be working with potentially the Small Business Development Center, with the city, and with the county to address some of the issues that were identified by local businesses.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Now, you also, and I'm rushing because there's so much to talk about today, you also went through Leadership Bakersfield. What do you think of that program now that you've been through it, now that you're sort of in charge of it?
Leadership Bakersfield is a fantastic program. I came through in the class of 1990, which was quite some time ago.
You were a child at the time.
Yes. Very small child, very young child. But anyway, it's a fantastic program. It is a way for existing leaders or emerging leaders to find out how the community works. They dedicate one full day a month during the length of the program, and they get tremendous insight to city, county government, water issues, ag, healthcare, education, health and human services, and they get an opportunity to see how and where they themselves can get involved and make a difference in the community.
And not only that, they break up into different teams, and each team has a responsibility to develop a program. And they've had some tremendous programs. One example is that cancer statue out at the corner of was it 58 and... Or not 58.
They're at Beach Park.
Beach Park,
yes.
Yeah, right in the corner there.
Oak and 24th.
Yeah, that's just one example.
Yes, there are actually 90 projects that have made an impact on the community of Bakersfield as a result of the 25 years that program has been in existence. One of the programs is a Youth Leadership Bakersfield program, which is patterned after the adult program, and it's an absolute fantastic program as well.
Wow. Our guest in studio, Cindy Pollard, the president of the Greater Bakersfield Chamber of Commerce.
You know, Cindy, I guess you could say that Leadership Bakersfield is the who's who in Bakersfield, or the movers and shakers of Bakersfield. I'm sort of selfish when I say that because I was actually in the charter class, which was before you even.
What a mover and shaker you are.
Well, yeah, I'm still shaking.
But he doesn't move very well.
I don't move very well anymore.
At this weight, he doesn't move very well at all.
Now, another thing, when I was reading about your bio, let's get off of Clay for a minute here. Reading your bio, you're trained in Incident Command System. What is that Incident Command System? That
is a unified emergency response system. You see it all of the time. It's used by fire departments. It's used by FEMA, by the State Office of Emergency Services, police departments, and it's something that you can oil companies use it, and it provides a unified response to emergency or crisis situations. Based on the role or the job that you play within that system, no matter which incident you're working, no matter where you're working, you have a role that you play, and it helps to ease confusion, helps to facilitate communication, and it helps to ensure that there is indeed a smooth response.
Do you think every business ought to have some kind of emergency response program in place?
Absolutely. I think it's critical.
And how can the Chamber work with businesses to help in that aspect, or is that not something the Chamber would take on?
You know, I think it's something that the Chamber could take on down the road, but we do have a number of members who actually do that type of work. And so what we would do is refer businesses that call in to the Chamber members that can provide that service for them.
You know, Cindy, I've got a question on that same line there. I was just recently the chairman of the board of the Chamber up in Tehachapi for a couple of years. And one thing I noticed, and maybe it's because it's a smaller chamber.
They impeached him.
They impeached me after 2 years, right? They tried to draft me for a third. I said, no way.
You impeached yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, but one thing I found is that we kind of get pulled away into areas that are beyond the mission of the chamber. You're shaking your head, yes. Do you find you're getting a lot of that where people want you to do things as a chamber that really aren't what you're supposed to do to support your members?
You know, I think really what we're supposed to do to support our members is what our members want us to do. And that was a big part of the business walk, was to find out, you know, how we could be relevant to them. But I think it is very easy to get pulled, or easy for folks to see you as an organization that's able to make a difference, and therefore they want you to make a difference in a number of other areas
that may not be part
of the charter.
Yeah.
And we exist to provide leadership for a healthy business community. So our job is focused on growing businesses, growing jobs.
Now, what's the difference between you and, say, a Downtown Businessmen's Association or Downtown Bakersfield Association?
The Downtown Business Owners, we work very closely with that organization. I know that their efforts are focused on strengthening the Downtown Business Association. As Greater Bakersfield, we encompass businesses that are within the Greater Bakersfield area. Plus, we also have a number of members who are from outside of Bakersfield, but they do business here.
Sure. So your missions are pretty similar. It's just they're more focused on the downtown. You're looking at the Greater Bakersfield area.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you offer several educational programs or participation-type programs, but you don't really have to be a member of the Chamber to go to some of these things. Is that correct?
That's correct. We see ourselves as the Chamber of Commerce for all business. And we realize that there are some businesses that may not know about us or may not choose to be a member for, you know, any one of a number of reasons. Certainly we would like for them to be members because we believe that their membership is actually an investment in the community. But for those programs, seminars, workshops that we offer, we usually offer a discounted member price, but we also make it open to the general community, and they do pay a premium to participate.
Now, you also have a PAC group.
That is
Political
correct.
Action Group. What is their focus?
We have a candidates PAC. We actually have a large contributor committee as well as a small. And our PAC is aimed at recruiting and endorsing business-friendly candidates, local offices as well as state offices. In the last election cycle last year, we made nearly $15,000 in contributions to business-friendly candidates. This is after an application and interview process, and then we make formal endorsements.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about that when we get back, okay? We'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio News Talk 1180.